We begin the news at this hour in West Africa, where Edo State Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu has officially declared his intention to contest for the governorship election in 2024. Shaibu, while making his intention known to his supporters in Benin City, says he will contest a poll on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. He adds that he is the most qualified candidate and has proven himself in the past as a state lawmaker and is willing to perform the same feat as a governor.
Back in the days, you did not just call me Mr. Constituency Project for nothing. In my time as a legislator, I delivered 49 constituency projects at the state level and 13 solid constituency projects within the short stint I had at the federal level. I fought the good fight for you, my people. Along the way, suffered humiliation, enjoyed many moments of victory, but I am thankful in all things. Have been bruised, but not crushed. Persecuted, but not abandoned. Badly hurt, but not destroyed. I resonate with the tireless, irresponsible spirit of the Edo people. By the grace of God, nothing and no one can stop us. After all, I be original Edo son. 100% own boy. This is why today I stand before you with great conviction and resolve, as I declare my intention to run for the office of the governor of Edo State under the platform of the People's Democratic Party in the upcoming 2024 election. And I am confident that with your support, we can take Edo State to even greater heights.
And of course, joining me on the news right now is Dennis Osarinti, a legal consultant, who joins to unpack this particular development. Interesting times, you say. Dennis, thank you so much for being on the news.
Thank you very much for having me this afternoon.
All right, great. Now, yeah, I would just like to pick an excerpt from the, of course, visuals we just saw there, where the deputy governor did declare his intentions. He said he has been bruised but not hurt, persecuted but not abandoned, at some point really hurt but not destroyed. Would you agree with the deputy governor on this, particularly with recent events?
Yeah, from the perspective of an onlooker, speaking from my background in civil society and, representing a body that actually wants good governance in Edo State, I totally disagree with some of those excepts that you have quoted. I don't think that the governor has been persecuted, rather he has been one of the most privileged, one of the most visible, one of the most opportune deputy governor in the recent history of our political development in Edo State and even in Nigeria. So our deputy governor, he had very, very fair opportunity in putting his talent to work, and he has gotten the requisite visibility. And of course, to really show that he's not being persecuted, he has also come out boldly to come out and declare his intention to put his money where his mouth is. No, that is not the evidence of somebody who is being persecuted. Rather, he has gotten the much needed visibility, for him to even give breath to his inspiration and aspiration.
The deputy governor, of course, is going ahead with his governorship ambition, despite opposition, somewhat from his principal, that's Governor Obaseki. Who has the state political machineries, at his disposal. Now, what are his chances of becoming the party's candidate?
Yeah, in as much as I don't want to start discussing personality, let alone the personality of the deputy governor of Edo State, but it's important for us to set the record straight. Like we said, I've always reiterated from the vantage of point of view as a voter and as a keen observer in the political happenstance in Edo State, is to clearly state here that the deputy governor as of today does not stand in the list of first 20 persons who have aspirations or who have thrown their hearts in the ring to become the governor of Edo State. So I don't really see why anybody should be agitated. Nobody is agitated at all, let alone the governor of the state. For us as political watchers and onlookers, the deputy governor right now does not even come top 20 in the list of persons who have declared their intentions to run for governor. So I don't see any reason why anybody should be, calling for pomp and pageantry simply because the deputy governor wants to, fulfill his inordinate political desires.
Inordinate, you say?
Yes. Yes.
Why would you use that word?
Inordinate.
Why?
Yeah, because for me, being a deputy governor, his business is supposed to be, squarely focused on, delivering the dividends of democracy and governance. But what we have found in recent weeks is playing more politics than necessary. And for us, those of us who voted for the governor and his deputy on a joint ticket, is for them to deliver squarely on the dividends of democracy and not to start deploying, the opportunity given to him by the good people of Edo State to start playing politics of bitterness. That is exactly what the deputy governor is trying to do by his recent incendiary statement.
All right, now, how do you think this particular declaration will affect the political landscape and tone of the state ahead of the incoming elections?
Clearly, like I've told you, as of today, from the standpoint of a keen observer in the states, because I lead the civil society organization in Edo State that has been very, observant in the political development in Edo State. The deputy governor, Comrade Philip Shaibu, Captain Philip, like we like to call him here in Edo State, does not even come in the list of top 20 gubernatorial aspirants across party lines. So we look at his credentials, we look at the things that he presented during the course of his declaration today. It's quite unfortunate that somebody who appears to have be blessed by benevolent spirits, he has not even developed himself to prepare himself for the onerous business of states. That is the challenge. So he does not even come top 20. So for me, nobody should be bothered at all by his declaration because it does not even move a feather as far as the political trajectory in Edo State is concerned.
Now, let's, of course, expand this conversation a bit wider. What factors would you say are responsible for the frequent friction between governors and their deputies, as seen, in Edo State and also in Ondo State, where we have, friction between, some sort of friction between the state governor and the deputies?
For me, I can only speak of Edo because this is where I reside, this is where I do my business. From what I have observed, there's really no friction, so to speak, between the deputy governor and his boss. The only problem here is that the deputy governor of the state, instead of focusing squarely on delivering the dividend of democracy, he has allowed politics to take the better part of him. And that is where the challenge is. It's just a clear example of a spoiled child or a badly brought up child who wants to bring down the roof simply because maybe he perceives that they want to deny him of what he believes to be his birthright, which is not. Our argument have always been that the sky is wide enough for us to fly. So if he thinks he is popular, he should go out there and test popularity without necessarily trying to bring down the roof of governance in Edo State. And that is where some of us have a challenge.
All right, thank you so much for your time, Dennis Osarenti.
Thank you very much for having me. In the coming days, I think the jungle will get matured, and they will definitely be able to separate the grains from the shafts.
And of course, we will keep our eyes on the ball and invite you also to be part of the conversation. Thank you once again.